All right, that was a little weird. had a window pop up with a commercial on it for Joe Biden. That was so the outside chat saying they're listening to Joe Biden, going, "Oh my God, is this going to be a video stream endorsing Joe Biden?" No, I don't endorse Joe Biden, but I also don't endorse Trump. I think they're both horrible, horrible candidates, and the fact that they're the best that America has to offer for American politics to lead the free world literally scares the hell out of me. So yeah, so sorry about that for the outside feed. If they heard that, I think I had it muted, but if not, they were listening to Joe Biden. But I don't think they did. I thought it muted. So, anyways, welcome everyone. It is Sunday night. I am doing a hopefully not too long open panel on what has been recent developments in the 7M Robert Shinn. I was going to say recent developments in the case, but what Katie Joy has been doing lately in response to it. It is open panel. I do have a blast from the past, a recognizable voice, so to speak, and here with me already. Would you like to say hi?
Sup, I just want to make it explicitly clear, I do not give a fuck about Katie Joy.
He really doesn't. No, this is just true. Look, he really in here just because it's Sunday night. We're both bored and we were going to hang out. If you actually talked about the other day,
I am so fucking bored right now that I decided to show up to a stream about Katie Joy of all people.
That is literally how bored you are right now. Because it does. I mean, what else would it be even worse to show up to except to stream on Katie Joy? How much more bored can you get? Like,
exactly.
Yeah. So to keep Red's Redder from being bored, because we don't want that, we're going to do a short little stream to try to catch up on some of this stuff. Even though I don't really, and I know people are going to give me flack for this, but I don't pay attention to it as much as people think I do. I don't have time to watch 2-hour videos, or the patience to, or the interest. There are a lot of people out there that make really good videos about Katie Joy, Cactus Bill, with even not even videos even, but specifically, just keeping track of Katie Joy's hypocrisies and historical revisionism, like Without a Crystal Ball's account, down the rabbit hole at bedtime. She makes videos, and Llama Girl, and so a lot of people keep track of that. So I don't get involved with that anymore. I don't watch anything that Katie Joy puts out. I literally have less than zero interest in anything relating to any of that, except for I want to see Robert Shinn 7M win this lawsuit. That's it. That's my only interest in this for karmic purposes. I want to see, obviously, Katie Joy be held accountable for what she's done to me and many other people. That's it. But the nuances of the church itself, with Robert Shinn and the documentary that came out on Netflix, I didn't watch it. I have no plans to watch it. Literally is of no relevance to me. I'm not interested. He could be the most horrible human being on the planet, but I still want him to win because I believe that no matter what he's done, he is legally in the right. And two, she's far worse. Epically far worse. So anyways, have you seen anything on any of the social medias, Reds, about what Katie Joy's kind of been, losing her mind over lately during her drunk Adderall-fueled rants or something?
No, absolutely not. I'm actually very, very lucky in that regard because my my timeline hasn't been filled with Katie Joy bullshit for quite a while. So I've done a really good job not speaking about it or interacting with it or anything like that because I genuinely don't give a fuck. And I guess Twitter understands that about me. And so it doesn't even serve that shit up to me.
The algorithms are smart. It's scary how AI has gotten. I mean, it just knows you. It probably knows you what your preferences are.
It's like, okay, so there's this fuckface named Red's Rhetoric. He does not give a shit about this woman. So we're just going to purge all of this nonsense from his timeline. And it's bliss.
Yeah. But it does explain the donkey porn on your timeline.
It does actually, and
perfect sense.
It does make perfect sense. Why I would have donkey porn and not Katie Joy bullshit.
Yeah, well, I would say that one is probably, I want to say, what's the word? Utility, more useful, more interesting. I don't know. I don't either one of them obviously would be. But
comparing donkey porn to whatever the fuck's going on with Katie Joy is like comparing a Rolls Royce to a third owner Toyota Corolla from the 1990s with a missing door, rusty bumper, and no back wheels.
It's funny. Did you happen to see the whole Vosh thing with the horse porn stuff? Did you see any of that? What happened? several.
I did not see that.
Uh,
I did not see.
it
Who the fuck
happened.
am I
Yeah, it
doing?
happened.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess it's a real thing for some people. Whatever. I usually say I don't judge, but on that, I think a little judgment might be called to order, but whatever. But anyways, welcome to the live chat out there. I see my mod out there, Autistic Shill, shilling away. Thank you, Autistic Shill. So feel free. Anybody who wants to join the conversation, you can. But in a nutshell, I haven't watched all of Katie's recent clips because, again, I don't watch her at all. I just watch the clips. But it seems to me that her intent, based upon what's being sent to me by various people, and I do read everything. Everybody who are out there who sends me stuff, I do try to read everything. I may not apprehend it or fully understand it, but I'm not ignoring you. I may write back very little, but that's just me. But if I put a little happy face or something, that means, or a heart, that means I've read it on Twitter or Facebook. But she seems to be wanting Robert to get arrested, specifically for sexual assault or misconduct or something along those lines, given what I've only seen 2 instances, one of which somebody had said something about somebody claiming that he brushed up against her with his pelvis, and the other one was seducing her by claiming that he would basically F the demon out of her or devil out of her. I don't know the exact details. This is all secondhand. So I got to tell you, don't take anything that I say that's factual. It is completely as a grain of salt here. I am shotgunning it from the hip here. Okay. This is all sandboxed from the hip. Don't take anything I say here of actual information of what's going on. If you want to know the details, go check out Balls' account. Go check out the Reddit on WOCB. Go check out Cactus Bill, any of them down the rabbit hole at bedtime. They keep track of all that stuff. So this is all just what I've heard, and I think the reason why she's trying to do this is for some reason she thinks that if Robert gets arrested, he's going to drop his lawsuit. But the statute of limitations, as long as it's expired, even if it was a crime, which they've determined that it wasn't. So Katie Joy has been out there trying to solicit people to sign a petition to have him arrested, which has no real world consequences for having a petition. Because, the DA would have to actually prosecute such a thing, and they've already investigated and found no wrongdoing. So let me ask you, Reg, do you think this is a Hail Mary for her? Because she's out there literally talking about Robert, saying that he's a serial rapist, and I don't use the word rapist. I use rapist because I don't like to minimize the significance of such a word, and if I get demonetized for this particular video for that, that's absolutely fine with me. I don't do this for money anyways. I think we should actually use the term because this is what she's calling him. She's calling him a, quote, serial rapist. Those are her words, and I'm not going to minimize that by saying rapist just for monetary values to get something out of a video. You can't say the word on YouTube. You generally are going to get demonetized for it, but that's fine. But that's what she's calling him. Those are her words. He's never been convicted of anything of the sort. She's literally being sued for this man for torturous interference with the Clippers contract, because from what I understand that the Clippers dropped the 7M dance group because of her harassing them basically and calling them a cult and saying that he was waterboarding people and things of that nature. So Reds, how screwed do you think she is when she's having to resort on social media to get people to try to say that he needs to be arrested or to get him arrested when she's in the middle of a full-blown lawsuit that looks like it's going to go to trial?
Unfortunately, Katie Joy is a bit of a wild card. It's hard to predict. In my opinion, and yes, I'm going to use a Batman reference here or a quote from the Joker here. She's a dog chasing tires. She wouldn't know what to do with one if she caught it. She just does things. And honestly, I think she just does things. And because of that, because I feel that way, I don't think we can take anything she says seriously. And as an example of that is the accusations that she made towards you, even going so far as to say that you stalked her or met up with her child or whatever the fucking assertion was from her when you weren't ever in the same state as the bitch. So
she uses words to do that. She misleads people by using words to get. She knows it's going to connote something to certain people. If I say Rez Rhetoric abused my child, it's going to connote to somebody that Rez Rhetoric literally did something to that child.
And this is why I say she is a wild card. It's hard to tell with her because she's just all over the fucking place. She's not like predictable in any way, shape, or form. So this might be a bit of a cop out answer, because, or it might be completely honest. You be the judge, but I'm gonna say I have no fucking clue. I really
I
don't.
don't think it's a cop out. I think it's more along the lines of she is. I do think she's calculating, but I think that
I mean, I have feelings on the matter, but they're just feelings. And I think she's always been desperate. Maybe not in the way that most people may think. I think she's just desperate for attention. She's desperate for drama. From what I've been able to get from her content, she appears to be only a drama channel. And if her entire thing is drama, what better way to drum up drama than to do this shit?
No, I agree. No, I think you're absolutely spot on that. I think that is partially true. It's not the whole truth, but it is absolutely true. But it's not the whole big picture.
No, absolutely not. No, that's the thing. It's hard for me to paint a full picture with this woman, and honestly, this takes more brain power than she's actually worth, and so I don't really give it that much thought. I would, like I said, much rather be watching donkey porn all day than having to hear anything to do with her.
Yeah, no, I agree. That's why I don't pay attention much. I don't go out of my way to really watch any of this stuff. I just see the clips come up on Twitter, except when somebody makes a video, then I'll kind of I'll check that out. And
let's look at it from a videos on her. Let's pretend for a moment, Steve, that she is somewhat kind of maybe a normal human being. She fucking isn't, but let's assume that she is. If she is in the position or in a position where the case is definitely not going her way, and she is going to be on the hook for a lot of money because of her slanderous statements or her libel statements, she could be in full panic mode. Because who wouldn't be in full panic mode when you're seeing the walls literally closing in on you in all directions?
Yeah, we're talking millions of dollars. She could be on the hook for, I would say, between $2 to $4 million.
And that's what I'm talking about. And that is what I'm talking about. But because she's such a fucking wild card, who knows if that's how she's thinking and how she's reacting. It could be the case that she doesn't give a flying fuck about the millions of dollars that she's going to be on the hook for, because she's not a normal human being. She's kind of fucked up in many ways. You and I both know this.
Like I am more sure of her evilness than I am that the earth is round.
Yeah, but you see what I'm saying is that because it is a possibility that she's not thinking in that way, which you and I would say is a normal way to think or a normal reaction to the situation, given all the details of it. You see what I'm saying, that it's a bit of a wild card. It's hard to pin down. It's hard to paint a full picture. It's hard to write the story. It's like, holy fuck, where do you even begin and where do you even end after you started? It's hard to pin down.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You know what? Today's Monday, not even Sunday, isn't it? Today's Monday.
Yeah, today's Monday. That's how days work.
Yes. Sun stationary, Earth go roundy roundy. Yeah. I don't know why I said it was Sunday. That was a Sunday night. I'm so confused here. See how little I pay attention anymore. You're right, Canadian atheist out there. It's still Monday. You're absolutely right. But yeah, it really depends on how much self-awareness Katie has, and I don't think she has a heck of a lot. And I think she's very manipulative and very short term. She looks at short term goals and not long term solutions.
It's that dog chasing tires comment that I go back to.
Exactly, 100%.
And that's one. And you're right. If she's not thinking long term, and she's not, really taking all the information in and processing it accordingly, then she's a fucking wild card. And who the fuck knows what's going to happen? Who the fuck knows what she's going to think? Who the fuck knows what she's going to do? She is not above accusing random people of doing horrible shit. Now, at the same time, that doesn't mean that she's automatically lying about a particular situation. She's a wild card. And because she is such a wild card, she has done herself no favors by putting herself in that situation in the first place. The best way to get out of that is to not have a history of doing very random shit that is detrimental to your health and well-being.
Yeah, well, I think that's what's happening now. I mean, I don't know why she's so emboldened lately to further make accusations about Shinn and 7M. And one thing that I think everybody's noticed by now is she either is unaware that the church and the production group are two different things, even though I think there's a 10% financial overlap, if I'm not mistaken. But I would like to think that she probably is aware of that, but what she does, and again, this is my personal opinion on this, I think she's very aware. So when I say she's, like before when I said, she doesn't know the difference, I think she actually does. I think that she actually knows the difference between the church and the production company, but she wanted to go after the church by going after the production company, and she leveled accusations towards the production company, which can be liable, which could be something that could be held liable when you start getting involved with contractual obligations and business arrangements. That, I think, is going to be her downfall. I think that the fact that she has a torturous interference with the LA Clippers, the fact that she has made allegations that weren't even part of the 7M documentary, right? I mean, from what I heard, because again, I didn't watch it, there was nothing about waterboarding or things of that nature, or sex trafficking or anything like that. It was basically Robert Shinn, has seduced a lot of women or something like that, from what I understand. But that's not a crime. He might be a very, very, very horrible person. He might have tax issues. That might actually be true. Who knows? But even if he did, just like Todd Chrisley having tax issues doesn't mean there wasn't something that Katie Joy had said about Todd Chrisley that was, completely false. Because she made up things about him and the whole sex tape with his daughter. That was, a bunch of fabricated stuff that she had no source for. And he told me that she had no source for. Todd Chrisley said, he told me, we've already established through the lawyers that she has no source for this. But she's like, oh, I have a source for this. And then when the court said, okay, who's your source? In back channel, she admitted that she had no source to it. This, again, secondhand information. Believe me or don't believe me, I don't care. But that's what Todd told me. So,
Well, this is why I make the assertion that she's random as fuck. She just does things. So it's really hard to pin down her motives, or even if she has a motive at all. Quite frankly, I think she needs to get looked at by a professional about that.
I think her motive is okay. This is how I look at it. I think her entire motive, if you think about it from the framing of her own personal ego and narcissism, it has to be about her. She is the center of her own world because she is the archetype of the main character syndrome. This is, again, my personal opinion. And so if you frame it that everything she does is how it affects her and how much attention does it get her, some of this actually makes sense. Her going on IG and other places doing all this, as you said, is giving her attention and giving her the clicks and the views that she thrives on. She wants that attention. To her, that is probably even more powerful a motive than any financial means.
That's the only motive that I can think of, Steve. Mm-hmm. Steve, that is the only motive that I can think of. If her entire state of being, let's say, is, to have a drama channel and to have that drama channel be somewhat kind of maybe profitable, and not just profitable in terms of the amount of money that she can make off of doing a drama channel, but also the ego boost that could also give her. So it can be profitable in that way. If her entire state of being is to be as profitable as possible and drama is the way that she knows to do that, then that would be the only motive I can see that would make any sense whatsoever.
Yeah, but it is profitable, but it is not the most profitable by any means. If she's looking to maximize her profits, she's already screwed herself 6 ways to Sunday. There's no.
Well, yeah, she's getting sued for millions of dollars.
Yeah, I mean, if she's looking for profitability, even her business model is flawed, right? Her business model is predicated on I will gossip about people, make stuff up, used unverified sources, twist words to make it sound like even things that a source has given her isn't what the source said. She does that a lot. When I say this is what somebody said, or this is what I know or believe from a source, I'm giving you my honest interpretation of what that person said, and not my biased subjective evaluation out of it. Because like you had brought up earlier when she said, well, Steve abused my son, and then she puts in a court document that, we were in a room together. She's making the connotations that somehow we were in a room together, and in that room I sexually harassed her, and by some kind of tangential relationship abused her child. These are the things that she puts in people's minds. Even though I've never met her, I've never been in the same state with her, her son could be standing right next to me, I would have no idea. But she knows words have impact. She may be an absolutely horrible journalist, but she does understand words have power. She is absolutely, unequivocally mastered that, how she can manipulate people by phrasing things in a way that she knows is going to have connotations that is not the original intent. And in speech act theory, that's called locution or illocution. I can have a locution, I can say something, but the illocutionary effect, what the intent of the saying was, may not be what I am really trying to say. So somebody might have a different interpretation, and even an action based upon that called perlocutionary action that they have, and she mastered this. That's how she survives, by manipulating people like that. So I think that what she has done is she's based a business model on that, and the problem with that is, well, one, you get sued 5 times for defamation, and 2, you're not maximizing your business model because her subs are way down. But she can argue, well, you know what? She's still making money. She still makes a butt ton of money. Okay, that's fair enough. I grant that. So even though she's making far less, probably half of what she used to be, it's still significant. And to her, I think the ego boost by the attention is still way more than the financial aspect. That, again, that's just literally, shooting from the hip there. But I think
no, it's definitely possible that is true. Again, I don't know. Everything that I say right here is just, first thought, kind of word vomit.
Yeah, we're shooting from the hip.
Because the fact is, I don't pay attention to the fucking bitch, and based on the limited experience I have about Katie Joyce, she's just fucking random. She's just fucking random and a terrible person in general, and I tend to not give a flying fuck about those individuals. And it's like, honestly, what is the appeal?
Well,
what
the appeal is
the appeal?
I just want to see justice done. That's what the 15.
No, I want to see. That's the thing. That's the thing. I too would like to see, justice done and all that shit. But external to that, what is the fucking appeal?
Yeah,
I can't see it.
And that's why though I mean, I used to do a lot of Katie Joyce stuff, a lot. And people are like, oh man, you do too much Katie Joyce, switch something else. And I switch something else and like, oh, you do that much stuff. And I switch something else like, oh, you do that much stuff. It's like, oh my God. It's like, come on, people. It's like, whatever I do, somebody's going to say, oh, you're obsessed by this. You're doing too much. I do one show on Katie Joy, whatever, 3 to 4, 5, 6 months. Because again, like you, I have no interest in any of it other than wanting karma to catch up with her. That's it. That's my whole, I want to seek justice. I've already been vindicated. I realize this, but a lot of people haven't, and I want to see justice for them as well. Hank Texas says, do you believe she is going all balls in now because she knows she lost the case, and she will say or do anything to hurt Robert Shinn till the end? She's the most vile creature I've ever came across. I don't think she's recognized that she's lost the case. I don't think she has that much self-awareness. I think her lawyer, however, has probably had an aneurysm. Lately, what's going on? I would hate to be her lawyer. I don't see how they couldn't. I really, honest to God, cannot see how this will not end up in a motion very soon. That Amber, the lawyer for 7M, I mean, are we expecting an update anytime soon on that? Are we expecting they postponed it? That's they postponed it to the end of the year now. They keep dragging out because I think a lot of people are right on this, that she wanted to drag this out as long as possible to wait for the Netflix documentary to come out, thinking that would help her. And I don't think it has. If anything, I think it has harmed her, has a net negative, because one, it has emboldened her to say things about social media that are going to, I think, be brought up very shortly by 7M's attorney in the lawsuit. At least I hope so. And two, it doesn't show what she doesn't show what she has argued. She's just said, hey, look, I have said that they're a cult based upon what the family has said, but that's still defamation in some way when she's saying that this man is sex trafficking people, that this man is waterboarding people, that this, I mean, the allegations in the lawsuit are massive, right? And so when you interfere with a contract with the LA Clippers and he loses a lot of money, like probably $1 million, I don't know what the losses are, but it's significant because he asked for a summary judgment for $1 million, and she doesn't want to settle. She wants to settle. He doesn't want to settle. They don't want to settle at all. A summary judgment, $1 million is not really a settlement. It's, hey, we would at least get this in a lawsuit. And so it's not really a settlement, but there's documents out there saying that her attorney wanted to settle. They're out there. I've seen it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure how to decipher the Katie Joy. It could be the case that she has zero self-awareness, or it could be the case that her ego is overpowering any self-awareness that she does have. It could be a lot of things. And like I said, I think primarily it's that she is random as fuck. Now, I'm not a medical professional in any way, shape, or form. I'm not a doctor or a psychologist or anything like that, a neuroscientist. I have zero qualifications to be making any sort of diagnosis here, but it sounds to me like she's the type of person that has, multiple personalities, and each personality is aware in different ways. So 1 hour, she could be aware that she's absolutely fucked and is going for the biggest Hail Mary that she can possibly go for, which is the situation that we're currently talking about. And then the next hour, she could be totally oblivious. But since the post has already been made the hour before, she's just going to go along with it because, fuck it, why not? So
what's the chance of the chances of him getting arrested is effectively zero. I mean,
effectively zero. Yeah,
I got to tell you right now, if he got arrested, I would be just blown away. I'm going to say that it's not going to happen. I think the chances are infinitesimal almost, because if they would have already done so by now.
You don't arrest people by having an online bitch fit and making people sign a petition.
Yeah, and the fact that they've already investigated and found that there was some credibility issues with the witnesses. They've already done the due diligence. There's nothing new here. There's nothing new for them to do anything.
If you have evidence to support the action of having him arrested, then you turn over such evidence to the local authorities and have them deal with it.
But she has nothing.
That's what you do. You don't go on. Exactly. It's the actions of someone that doesn't have anything, in my opinion, at least, because that's what a normal person would do. They would go to local authorities and be like, hey, check this shit out. And then the local authorities would go, wow, that's fucked up. We should probably do something about that. But if you don't have anything to offer, then what do? Oh, I guess I'll make an online petition and try to get them arrested in the court of public opinion.
Which is literally that's all it does. That's all.
Yeah, and believe me, if the court of public opinion actually worked like that, then the case involving Kyle Curtis and the Non Sequitur show wouldn't have gone on for years. He would have been fucking arrested on day one.
Which, by the way, just throwing that out there, Reg Rhetoric and myself were 100% spot on, correct, throughout the entire case and we let people know in detail.
Say it ain't fucking so.
I know, right? So, I mean, oh my God, who would have thought, right?
It ain't fucking so, Steve. I was right. Oh man,
And the famous
sometimes
words of Reg Rhetoric was, what was your famous?
Sometimes I get tired of being right, Sometimes I just get tired of being so fucking right.
Is that was your famous words, bad. Oh no, Kyle's famous words. Bad move there, buddy. Yeah.
Bad move there, buddy. Yeah, that's not the most memorable quote of that entire
No.
debacle.
But it's so funny when we had
The
pointed
most.
out that.
Hang on. Let's do a little bit of trivia here, Steve. I'm going to test you on something. What is the most famous quote of that entire debacle?
Oh, let me think here. What, in my opinion, wait. You're putting him on the spot.
I am putting you on the spot because fuck you. That's why.
Yeah. No. There's a couple of them. I see. I am non sequitur. Let's see. Can you give me a hint? Because there's so many. I don't know which one would be.
I am giving you 0 hints.
Oh, you suck, man.
Yeah. Go fuck yourself.
Who said it? Can you give me that hint?
Oh, I can't tell you that. That's a hint.
Yeah, it is. Well, I know it is a hint.
And I said I wasn't going to give you any hints.
God damn it. Let's see. Can I table it and think about it and then get back to it? Don't just not
no.
It. No shit. God damn. You know I can remove you here. Let's think. Most famous quote. What? Well, there. I know. What about Bull? But
yes, but that was more of a hashtag.
Yeah.
A very, very good hashtag, by the way.
Yes, excellent hashtag.
Excellent hashtag.
I don't know. I like.
Okay, I'm just going to tell you. The court need not put itself in the position of failing to recognize that which is obvious to everyone else.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't have come up with that one. Holy crap! But yes, that is true. That's true. That was
legalese poetry. Just
that was basically it was so obvious that he had altered bank records that it was not even something to be adjudicated really as far as
it was so fucking juicy. Anyway, back to Katie Joy.
Yeah,
and
Katie Joy.
The fact that no one fucking cares.
But here's the thing though, we were very much on right on that. We told everybody the factual matters and that people wanted to believe us. They did and they didn't. That's fine too. But it's just so funny because we do vet things. If I have something that I've read or a source like that, I vet it as much as possible. If I can't, then I let people know. And we're not all perfect. I mean, none of us are perfect. We do make mistakes, and we maybe, will not vet things as much as we should sometimes because that's human. Katie Joy doesn't recognize that because she doesn't vet anything. Her interest is not vetting her sources. Her interest is, this person told me this, and I'm going to go run with it, period. She doesn't care whether it's true or not. That's the difference.
She is very, like I said, she's very random. I don't know if she vet things or not. I think it may be the case that sometimes she does and sometimes she does it.
Sure. Well, if she could vet it and find that
if it's sometimes she does and sometimes she doesn't, it sounds like she's very inconsistent with her approach. Very inconsistent. And so it's hard to nail down what she actually did and when.
Yeah,
I think that's why she can't really provide any receipts for all the actions that she has taken because, quite frankly, she's all over the place and she can't even keep up with herself.
Yeah. When I say she doesn't care whether she vets or not, let me clarify. I think she prefers vetted, but if it's not vetted, then she's going to run with it anyways. So to her, it's not of a critical importance whether something's vetted or not. It's just if it is, she can run with it more and then show that. But I've also seen her show what she considers to be evidence for how she vetted something, which is comical. Because
the most important
thing, wrong. I think she has a learning disability of some kind or something because she reads things that nobody else would read into, and I don't think it's okay. Let me ask you this, Reds, because here's really the crux of the matter that I've always not been able to resolve. Either she has a learning disability and she reads things so fundamentally wrong that just puts her in a very different perspective than the rest of humanity, or she willfully tries to read something and change it to somebody else. My position right now, it's a mixture of both. I think
it goes back to
I think it's a mixture. Yeah.
Well, it goes back to the multiple personalities hypothesis that I presented earlier.
Yeah. Yeah,
it could be the case that sometimes she does, sometimes she doesn't. She's all over the fucking place. Nothing makes sense. And honestly, that is my overall opinion of Katie Joy. Nothing makes sense.
You're
That
not going to
could
watch the
be,
documentary, right?
it could be the cause. Um, the reason why I think like that is because with her being all over the fucking place and her doing shit that makes absolutely no sense and doing shit that is very obviously detrimental to her. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And
Well,
it could be because she has a learning disability. It could be because she has multiple personalities. It could be the case that the two halves of her brain aren't fucking connected or wired
firing on
up
all
where
cylinders.
yeah, not firing on all cylinders. Uh, we were told to get gasoline, and she's running on, uh, fucking water and gravity.
Yeah.
It's very weird, honestly. So
There's a
it
part of the
does.
brain called the corpus callosum, and you and I are not neurologists, so take it with a grain of salt. But the corpus callosum has been used to do split brain experiments, right? And I really think that maybe she has a defect in her. Maybe.
All I know is that something ain't clicking right, and also on top of that, she is very annoying.
I think
So
it's more than that. I think it's more. See, here's the thing, though. It's not annoying. I mean, again, my opinion. I think that evil exists, and I do think that she is the epitome of an evil person.
oh yeah, I believe evil exists, and I have had the misfortune of meeting up with a few evil people before, so I know evil when I fucking see it. Um, Now, here's a question: Is she now? We'll go back to the uh, dumb fuck of the year standard that we used to have, where we would ask the question: Is person A dumb fuck by choice or disability? So I'm gonna give you that question,
Choice. Oh,
but I'm gonna
absolute choice.
rephrase it.
Yeah.
Is she evil by choice, or is she evil because of a disability?
100% by choice as a survival mechanism. I believe that growing up, she again, my personal opinion, sandboxed. I'm letting people know this is my opinion here, not factual, not a medical diagnosis, but I think she grew up and recognized that she didn't have the same kind of social skills as other people had, and so she tried to ingrain herself like I said, I think she lacks a conscience, and so she had to try to survive, and by doing so, made a lot of enemies, but at the same token, would lie in order to survive. And this is what I see a lot of people have to do to maintain, just a standing in reality. I mean, her whole family wants nothing to do with her. They know how she is, right? I mean, she says that she distanced herself from her family. Like Miranda, who's one of the 7M dancers, distanced herself when she joined the church. Katie Joy makes it sound like, she had to like remove herself from family, but I think it was completely the other way around. And Miranda left her family because apparently she became a Christian, and her family didn't like that or something, and then her Christianity just had to do something to do with the church, Robert's church, and then they were like, "Oh, this is a cult." But they probably would have said if she would have joined any other religion, it probably would have been a cult too. So I don't know. I really don't. I think she's a dumb fuck by choice.
Yeah.
Then. Yeah.
And at the end of the day, my answer is always going to be I have no fucking clue. And also, just to clarify, I am also not a medical professional. I cannot diagnose mental illnesses. I can't. I'm not qualified to make
No, but you
those
can make judgment values.
diagnoses.
We all can
I'm
make judgment
simply some
values.
rando fuck on the internet that was asked his opinion, and my opinion is that they're actually. My opinion is that you can't really pin down Katie Joy's motivation. You really can't pin down her train of thought. You can't really predict what she's going to do next because she is random AF. I think that the only thing that makes sense is that she does shit for drama so that she can either get money from it or she can inflate her own ego from it. That's the only thing that makes any sense
And I
to
think the
me.
money leads into the ego thing. I think it's
The
a
money
huge ego
can lead
thing.
into the ego thing. The money may be the cause of the ego.
No, I don't
That's
believe that.
definitely a possibility. And so you're absolutely right, Steve, and I do not disagree. But at the end of the day, just because that makes the most amount of sense to me, I also have to be honest and say that I don't know for certain, because she is random AF. She is hard to pin down on something in terms of painting a complete picture that is the Katie Joy. And at the end of the day, I think she is as appealing as milk that has been left out in the sun for a week.
Yeah.
So
Zebulon points out, you are a plumber from Florida, so like, you know, if I have an issue with my toilet, I call Reds and I'm like, dude, you know, I got some shit overflowing here. What do I do? And the dude, he just gives me the best advice.
the best advice, yes. If your toilet's overflowing, I'm your guy.
I didn't know which one the type of plunger to use. I've been using a sink plunger as a toilet plunger all these years and didn't recognize there was even a difference. But hey, I know better now, right?
Yeah, you know better now, and now you have the Ship Plunger 5000.
The super doodle, it plugins rechargeable plunger. Yeah, I didn't know they
Yes,
existed.
you should see the new models. It has wireless charging.
Wi-Fi plunger for your toilet.
Yes, and it even plays a little tune like those Japanese toilets. But getting back on topic, I would say that she's random as fuck, and so no conclusions can be made. I have theories, and these theories are completely unconfirmed. And in my opinion, they're going to remain unconfirmed for a very, very, very long time.
Yeah, but what's your opinion on the? Do you think she's screwed in the case? I mean, I am convinced she's screwed. I mean, obviously, you know, there's always who knows what's going to happen. You know,
Based on what I've heard secondhand, I think yes, she is totally fucked. It's a question of whether or not she recognizes that she's fucked, and whether or not her recent actions are the result of her being aware of just how fucked she is.
Yeah. And by the way, this isn't YouTube drama. This is
an open question.
Here's the thing, though. This is in real life drama. This is not YouTube drama. This is stuff that's happening in real life. That's not the same. And I think it's important that, you know, there's a Reddit out there now on the Dancing with the Devil, which is the name of the Netflix documentary. And some people have hypothesized that Katie Joy is running that. I don't think that's the case at all. Matter of fact, I had a message from the. I mean, they removed one of my messages, one of my comments, and it wasn't bad or anything like that. But they just said, hey, look, this is for this. But you know, go check out the WOACB Reddit, and if it was Katie Joy, she wouldn't have done that. So I don't think Katie Joy is behind that. And you know, all other comments are. It was just where the comment was as far as, you know, one of the posts. But the other comments all fine. But I have noticed that some of these people that are coming out of the woodwork watch the documentary but have no understanding of the history of 7M and Katie Joy. They think this is all something new. They just jumped on the bandwagon because, oh, this was the latest documentary. And then, you know, next week when some other documentary comes along, they're going to jump on that bandwagon, you know, because the only people that have any real interest in the 7M situation, whether Robert Shinn is a cult leader or not, or anything like that, is the people that have been around for a very long time, because the people that saw the documentary probably never heard of him before.
Well, at the end of the day, the court isn't going to give a flying fuck about any documentary on Netflix.
Yeah, it's irrelevant, I think.
It's totally irrelevant, and the court's not going to give a shit about public opinion either. They're going to go by the evidence presented, and if what I'm hearing is true, then she's fucked regardless. If she was able to get her bullshit on Netflix, congratulations. But at the end of the day,
here's the thing, though. The Netflix documentary probably, I don't know if it would have came about if she didn't existed, because I think she was back channeling a lot of the rumors and things of that nature to kind of fan the flames. But the way I look at it is the family brought the initial allegations, they lit the match, and then Katie Joy does what she always does. She took a blowtorch to it and just fanned the flames into an inferno.
Yeah, and you know, all that's well and good. it's the evidence that's going to matter, and the evidence that is presented to the court, they're going to look at it, they're going to, tear it apart, dissect it, see what makes everything tick, look at all the individual gears and springs, and when all is said and done, that's what's going to influence the final decision from the court.
Oh, and it's free.
They're not going to pay attention to any Netflix documentary. They're not going to pay attention to public opinion. They're not going to pay attention to any of that shit. They're not going to, they're going to pretend that Twitter doesn't even fucking, let's all imagine a world where Twitter didn't exist. Nice, isn't it? That's the world. That's the world that they're going to be in when they're going over the evidence and deliberating on this.
Right. Annis Frida, I think, hits the nail on the head when you had asked me what the phrase was from that, which was "sue me" or "so." I think he said "sue me." I think that.
Yeah, so sue me.
So sue me. I don't think he said "sue," was it?
That was the wrong move, buddy.
Yeah, that I think was the most famous. That was the wrong move, buddy.
That was the wrong
"sue me"
move,
was
buddy.
probably the number one. But as people are asking about the actual timeline of the case, they pushed it back to like November or something like that. But see, here's the thing though. If the 7M attorney has been paying attention, which they have been, I can't see why this wouldn't be introduced as some kind of motion before then, for some kind of sanctions or something. I don't know the legal ramifications, but I would expect that the attorneys are paying very close attention. And
my advice to Katie Joy is very simple. Listen to your lawyer.
She won't. No, she can't.
If your lawyer is telling you that you're totally fucked, you need to have a sit-down conversation with all of your personalities and get them on the same page. I would recommend listening to your lawyer and taking the advice that your lawyer tells you.
You know what's funny?
That is how you can get the best outcome possible.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny, man? You and I do give people good advice, right? We're not giving people bad advice. Historically, this has been proven. I mean, I would say with almost damn near 100% accuracy, we're not giving people good advice. And the fact when they don't take it is like, it's like the piece de resistance. It is the icing on the cake. It is the biggest fuck you can have to somebody when you say, look, here's my advice. And then when you don't take it, knowing that they're going to get screwed, you got to admit that is like the ultimate fuck you, isn't it?
Nah, kind of, sort of.
Yeah, maybe not the ultimate, but it's a pretty fuck you though.
It was no, the biggest fuck you was throwing Kyle in jail. But with her, it's listen. You just got to listen to your lawyer. You got to listen to your lawyer. And as I said previously, have a sit-down conversation with all of your individual personalities if you have more than one. Again, I don't know. And get yourself on the same page with yourself and understand that your lawyer is going to give you some pretty damn good advice that you should probably take.
Yeah, but she has said that her lawyers have said that it's perfectly fine for her to stream and do all this, which I think is an absolute lie.
It's 99% chance that that's complete bullshit, but
somebody has said that the judge needs to ban Katie Joy, like put a gag order. Oh hell no! Why would 7M's attorney want that? This is gold to them. Am I a little low? How about that? Is that better, Zebulon? I
can hear you just fine.
This is absolute gold to them. That why would they want a gag order?
Yeah, it's a very weird thing, and I said it before, and I'll say it again. None of this shit makes sense to me.
No, it doesn't either. But except for the fact you got to remember that, and this was ground zero. Katie Joy going in real life set the stage for everything else. When she first filed that BS TRO with me and two other people, and then lied in her affidavit, that set the groundwork for going in real life. Because before then, none of us had anything to do with real life. We were just on social media. We're on YouTubers, and we just commented on stuff. We just did commentary. We just did reviews. We just did mostly debates and arguments, right? I mean, Reds is known obviously for debunking flat Earth. So, if some flat earther, went in real life with Reds and showed up at his house, that would be disconcerting. That's going in real life. And I think that her going in real life with me and 2 other people was the stage for her own downfall, because it emboldened her. And I think that, again, I have a belief that if you're somebody like that, you're going to reach the point in your narcissism that it's going to catch up with you. And I think we've proven that when it came to Kyle.
Yep. And Katie, this is why my suggestion is to listen to your lawyer. Put your ego aside.
It's too late now. There's nothing she could do. How could she reverse course at this point? The damage has already been done.
Well, and here's the thing. If what I'm hearing is true, and she totally is fucked, the best thing that she can do for herself is to get fucked the least. That's the best thing that she can do for herself, and honestly, and like I said, this is on the assumption that what I'm hearing is true. If I was her, I would grovel and beg for forgiveness. Oh, I know it probably isn't, but let me just get my thought out. Again, on the assumption that what I'm hearing is true. If I was her, I would grovel. I would beg. I would plead. I would offer whatever if it meant not paying out millions and millions of dollars.
So you think she should have just left the summary judgment request, because they did file for a summary judgment, and just take the $1 million hit and not put herself in jeopardy to be 2, 3, 4 million? Because I think if this gets fully adjudicated, I'm going to just put it out there. I think it's going to be between probably 2 to 3 million, maybe. And this is a real rough guess, obviously.
All I'm saying is paying out $1 million is better than paying out 3 or 4.
Yeah, she might have been able to absorb 1. I don't see how she can absorb 2.
At some point, math is math, and some numbers are better than others. She has to realize this. So if she truly is fucked, then she needs to start groveling. Yeah. She needs to start begging for forgiveness and to have them go a little bit more easy on her.
Yeah,
that's what needs to happen. She needs to listen to her lawyer.
Robert,
she needs to stop thinking. Well, yeah, she needs to stop. She needs to listen to her lawyer. She needs to stop thinking she's all that in a bag of chips. She needs to grovel if she really is this fucked, and hope, like literally hope for the best.
Yeah, Stephanie says in the live chat that she's wondering. She says, "I just wonder who all is working with Katie Joy." And by the way, Katie had put out a post. She hates KJ, but we all use it to help her bring the chaos into people's lives like that. If it's just her, I doubt she sleeps. Oh, I think it is mostly her. I think she uses alts. I am convinced, my opinion, that she actually, I just say that I know she has alts, or that she's admitted she's had alts, so I can say that is a knowledge. That's a factual thing claim, because she has said she has used alts to go into and infiltrate Facebook groups and things of that nature. And the people that are helping her are very, 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 very small. But you all you got to do is see the people that buddy up with her, and those people are going to be the same type of evil that she is, right? I mean, anybody who befriends somebody like that has got to be an evil person. I mean, somebody had asked me the other day, Reds, and I don't remember who it was, so please forgive me, whoever it was, and they wanted me to come on their channel one day to give my opinion, what was, or my view when I first met Katie Joy, because I don't think I really much have talked about that. And so not to give too many spoilers away, because I don't even know what detail I'd get into, but my initial impression was, this is not a smart person. That, honestly, I'm not trying to sugar, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to I guess anti-sugarcoat it. I'm not trying to make it worse than it is. I did not think I was dealing with somebody who was exceptionally bright. And that's the straight up truth. But, when you first meet somebody, cordial. But after time, I realized there was something wrong with this person. It didn't take very long at all. And I think that's a normal approach to how you deal with people, right? Some people don't let on initially than their true selves, obviously, right? I mean, So people that initially meet Katie might, buy into her BS, might actually like her, but I guarantee it. I think everybody she's ever dealt with before in the long run has either thrown her under the bus, have said, "Hey, look, she is lying." I don't think, does she have anybody that hasn't, that she's worked with? I don't think so.
I don't know, because I don't pay attention to her history. But as far as my opinion as to what I thought about her when I first learned of her existence, I was like, oh, I don't care. I think her friendship with Kyle was genuine.
Yes, I do too. I do too.
I think her friendship with Kyle was genuine. I will say that.
As much as she could be a friend to somebody. Let's put a caveat on that.
I mean,
I don't think she knows any idea what it's like to be a friend.
Well,
if it's in her best interest, then fine. But
I mean, at the beginning, she may not have been as random as she is now. I think you and I can both agree that as time went on, she's gotten progressively worse. So
yeah, but that's because she's been more emboldened. So sure, I agree with that.
Okay, all right. Well, either way, I think her friendship with Kyle was genuine. As far as the quality of the friendship, I guess that's up for debate.
Yes.
I think she did have a desire to have something more permanent on the Non Sequitur show.
Yep.
I think that she was the type of person that would put in the necessary effort to make a show. As far as the quality of the content,
I agree.
That's a different conversation. And finally, as far as her being a person that has a really fucked up sleep schedule, it's possible. She didn't really strike me as that much of a workaholic when I first heard of her. But like I said, I was only going on first impressions. But if you wanted to know the overall opinion I had is, wow, this is a person I'll probably never have a conversation with. This is a person that shares literally no interests with me. Like I said, I'm more about space and rockets.
Yeah, you guys would never. You're not somebody to go have a beer with Katie. Even when I was, doing the shows with her, which was only 3 I was even a part of. She was never would be somebody that I would go hang out with. It just zero interest whatsoever.
Yeah, we would have zero things in common. So the overall thought that I had is that this person is completely irrelevant to my life, and as time has gone on, she's only become even more irrelevant to my life. And literally the most relevant she has ever been in my life was for a period of 2 hours that it took for me to record a joke song about her when she sent me a threatening email, which, by the way, I'm still waiting for that second email, you little bitch.
This is never going to happen.
Yeah, of course it isn't going to fucking happen. It was one of these scare tactics that she tried, and it didn't fucking work. The only thing it resulted in is a fucking CD being made. It's like, oh, you're going to sing a different tune. Oh, I'll sing a fucking tune, all right. And everyone was cursed because they had to listen to my singing voice, which, for those of you who have never heard my singing voice before, count yourself lucky. It sounded like shit.
All right. No, it was good. No, I'm not going to BS you, man. It was actually pretty good, man. I don't think if I thought it sounded like shit, I would tell you. Okay, I'm brutal.
Steve,
it was good.
Steve, all due with respect, you're full of shit there. You are so full of shit there.
Dude, I'm telling you, it was way
I am
better than I would have done.
Bullshit on you right
you.
now.
It was. I'm giving
my
you
singing
my
voice
opinion.
sounded like 2 cats fucking in the dumpster.
Dude, it was the best out of all of them. How could it be bad? And by the way, I'm gonna put you on the spot. What was the name of the group that originally sang that song?
I have no fucking clue.
Oh! What was the name of the song that you did a parody of?
I don't know. I just found a random tune on.
It was called. Oh my god! Really?
Okay, all right. You want to know what I did?
Wait. It was Rasputin, and it was a group called Boney M. Boney M. Yep, Rasputin.
Listen. I literally just typed in YouTube like easy songs to parody, and that was the first thing.
Yeah, Boney M was the name of that group. Somebody says here, I wanted to read this. Alberta and Stella. Katie Joy is one of the most vile people I've ever seen on social media in over my 50 years so far. I absolutely 100%. And all the people I've ever met in my entire life online or in real life, yes, I agree with you. I do not know a single solitary person that is worse. And I would say that in many ways, she's worse than even Kyle, in many, many ways. So I do accept that. By the way, my mod, Autistic Shell's not feeling well today. I just saw this. Maybe she's still here. Monty, thank you for that, Autistic Shell. Hopefully we can keep you a little entertained to make you feel better. That's not good when people don't feel well. I know I was like that for like 9 months or something like that. And now I'm feeling better. And hopefully people can hear it in my voice. I still don't do the camera thing that much. I don't like going on cam. I just don't anymore. And by the way, it's funny because Reg and I are in a hangout, and I have the smoking nun as an avatar that I made. This was actually an AI generated thing that I made, Reds, and that was the show that Katie Joy was doing. And the first couple episodes that I saw weren't that bad, but then it was getting real bad, and then I stopped watching altogether. I was like, this is stupid. I think this is one of the dumbest things I've seen, and that was not because of any other reason other than it was just it got bad, and people recognized that, and
well,
he didn't want to hear that.
I think, and I will shift gears here a bit. I think Katie Joy had potential at the beginning.
Well, that's why I said the first episode or two wasn't that bad.
It's because she put work in, and it was going in the right direction. And in my opinion, if she had kept that up and had a sense of if she had some fucking standards, let's say, if she kept having some fucking standards all the way through, I don't think we would be here having this conversation. I don't think she would be sued out the ass 5 times over. I don't think she would be as honestly fucking miserable as she is.
Yeah, well, read real quick what Stephanie said. Because Stephanie here said, I don't know who this person is, but they're welcome to come in. She says, I unsubscribed to her during the Josh Duggar trial. The way she covered it was so sick. Absolutely agreed. The clips I saw were mortifying. But you have to remember, Stephanie, and this is a fact and evidence. This is not just me giving my subjective opinion. She did say, matter of fact, this was a video I made for Dumbfuck of the Year 6, I think it was, that Reg was running, that she tried to copyright strike me on, and that failed. Where she literally said that when she believes that she has the right to, quote, sexually harass young boys when she's older. A little bit of paraphrase there, but you get the gist. That's what she said. That she felt that as she got older, she had earned the right to sexually harass young boys. Those are her words.
Didn't she get pissed off for Dumbfuck of the Year, completely ignoring the first 30 seconds of the hangout when I said, by the way...
She thought it was created for her.
By the way, Katie Joy, just to repeat the fucking obvious here, Dumbfuck of the Year was a joke.
Yes.
It was always a joke. It was a joke from the very moment it started as a concept.
Seriously was part of the joke.
The fact that people would take it seriously is definitely, I mean, it adds to the joke, but it wasn't a real award. Right. It never was. Right. I encouraged people to cheat.
Yeah.
I was like, break out those sock accounts, stuff the ballot boxes.
Although you were somewhat serious about dumb fuck by disability versus choice. That was
the only serious part about it, because that would make it not as fun.
Right. You don't want to pick on people that are actually.
We wanted only quality dumb fucks.
That's true too. You want a higher standard of dumb fucks.
We want a higher standard of dumb fucks. Exactly. We like our dumb fucks to be of a certain caliber.
See, Anna Frida says, Reg, your song was sheer genius. The voice doesn't matter. It worked. I agree with Anna Frida.
I mean, I might be a great lyricist, but Jesus Christ, the voice was just so fucking awful. It was funny too, because I literally did that song in 2 takes, and it took 2 hours in total, so I had to write the damn thing, record it, edit it, and post it, and the whole process literally took 2 hours. That's how little thought I fucking gave this shit. I was like,
stuff that I read, I have to do multiple takes. Just do I get it to be right? And I don't like that. Then I can have to edit out ums. It's to me, making a pre-recorded video is not my forte. It's not.
It was just a stupid fucking response I made to a stupid fucking email that she sent me, and it was like, oh, you all are going to be singing a different tune. Like, am I supposed to be concerned about this fucking bullshit that you're sending me? It's like, oh, we're gonna. I don't know if this word was ever used, but we're gonna subpoena your conversations with Steve. I'm like, by all means, and I hope the images of Donkey Dick make it into Discovery.
Those are his.
You can have those for free.
I mean, and I have told people this, and this is an actual fact. I am not making this up. This is not hyperbolic. I have made this very aware that if anything happens to me through disease or accident or anything like that, I have 2 hard drives, one external through a SSD and one internal. They go to Res Rhetoric. My roommate knows this. The internet knows this. My daughter knows this. That is not a joke. That is 100%, and it's not for destruction at all. It is the opposite. It is for him to make public anything he deems appropriate to make public. And that is not meaning that your conversations with me are going to make public. He's not an idiot. He recognizes that, private conversations are private conversations. But yeah, so I would love that. I'd be like, go for it. If Reds ever wanted to make all our conversations public, by all means. I think my daughter would be proud.
Yeah, and like I said, I'll be more than happy to. Like I said, I'll be more than happy to pick up your shit in person and to hold on to it.
No, we can send them to you. They don't want to pick them in person.
I would rather pick it up in person. Safekeeping. I don't trust UPS.
Oh, okay. But I mean, okay.
I don't trust UPS. Fuck them. They have a habit of breaking my shit. So with all that being said, yes, I will be more than happy to.
But if you release all our conversations to my daughter, would she be proud? And be honest.
Wait, repeat the question. You broke up there.
If you released all our conversations to my daughter, would she be proud, or would be anything in there that would in any way her to find to be immoral, that I've done anything wrong?
Oh, absolutely not.
Yeah, that's it. And that's all that matters.
No, if anything, it would show that you were completely truthful in everything that you said. It would show that you were an honest man. That's and if I were to put a pin on that, I would totally put a pin on that. I would say yes, it would show that you were a completely 100% honest man.
And I think that all my conversations with people, everyone in my live chat that has messaged me, I think would say the same thing.
If we were to ever find ourselves in the unfortunate situation that you got absolutely pink misted by a semi truck traveling at Mach 2,
like your pigs, like you did the pigs.
Oh, I ramped those motherfuckers. They took my car. I took their lives.
They took my car. I took their lives.
Oh yeah, I absolutely obliterated those pieces of shit.
You mystified them, like literally mystified them.
There was nothing. Okay, you got me. A true story, by the way. True story.
This is a true story. Yes. Go ahead.
This is a true story. So after the crash happened with the 3 pigs, we had a police officer come over and write a report. So the report says that I hit 4 pigs. However, I had a dash cam in my car. And so when I reviewed the footage and I freeze framed it at the point where I saw the pigs, there was only 3. So one of them got split in half and was counted as a separate pig.
Yep. It basically turned to vapor from the most of it.
That was hilarious. I mean, the entire situation was fucking terrible. Don't get me wrong. 0 out of 10 do not recommend, but holy shit, that was funny.
80?
I was doing 70 miles an hour.
Okay, well, yeah. When you hit a pig at 70 miles an hour, that tends to what happened, I guess.
I was late for a show, so I was hauling ass, and speed limit was 60. I was doing 10 over, so yeah, that was 70 miles an hour. And when I smashed into these pigs, I absolutely mystified those bastards. I mean, it was my engine was crooked in the engine bay. The transmission was literally like dented inwards and cracked. My radiator was non-existent.
Yes,
And
Alberta's right. She said it is sad, but you got to remember, Reds has had bacon and eggs now for like a couple years. He has not ran out of bacon.
oh my god, yeah. There's a hint of 5W30 on these bacon strips. But
his dash cam still smells like bacon.
Oh, but speaking of the whiff, let me tell you something. It's like swine flu. I see what you did there.
The smell must have been awful.
Oh, so what we did was because this was late at night and I didn't know what the fuck to do, so I called AAA and I had the vehicle towed to where I was living at the time. And the next morning, the flies, the smell.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember you telling me that.
Oh,
yeah.
It was.
Saying when you initially hit it, the smell must have been bad. But yeah, definitely days after. I remember you saying,
dude, the very moment this is true. The very moment I went outside, I was like, I couldn't tolerate it. So I ran back inside. I'm like, okay, I actually have to mentally prepare myself for this. So I took a few deep breaths, held it, and then went outside to inspect the damage. And when I popped the hood, oh my god, it was disgusting. It was so disgusting.
I like applewood smoke, thick gut bacon that is not crispy. I like it kind of not undercooked, but
do you like it drenched in 5W30?
Sure, a little add motor oil, fine.
A little bit of motor oil never hurt anybody, right?
Yeah, dude, done car work, whatever. You've been around. Dude, I used to in the Navy. You know how much oil I've worked with? Oh my god, I've been saturated with oil. I mean, it's part of my breakfast as a machinist in the Navy. You work with stuff that deals with oil. So
here's the thing. And I'm going to end on this because it's midnight and then I'm actually
I got to get going too.
But here's the thing, and I want to leave everyone with this thought. If nothing else, in fact, fuck everything else. Leave only with this thought. This is the type of conversations I would rather have than talking about Katie Joy.
Absolutely.
I would rather talk about the time I slammed into 3 pigs at 70 miles an hour and fucked my car up.
And talking about bacon. I like crispy
bacon
on BLTs.
About bacon drenched in motor oil. I would rather talk about that shit than having anything to do with Katie fucking Joy. I don't care about the woman. I never will care about the woman. And you know what? No one else should care about her either. The sooner we can get her to, basically be irrelevant in everyone else's lives, the sooner she's going to fucking leave and maybe get a real fucking job.
Yeah. I just put a poll out there. Bacon or Katie Joy, which is more interesting? I'm voting bacon by far.
I'm voting bacon.
Without even question. So anyways, guys, let's leave it on that. I just wanted to get these quick thoughts out. I'm really hungry now talking about bacon, although I have eggs, but I have no bacon.
Are you kidding? I've lost my appetite at the thought of bacon.
I haven't eaten today. I just had coffee. I'm trying to cut my weight down.
I never thought I would eat bacon
again
after that smell. Let me tell you, it was putrid.
Oh, I can imagine. I've
smelled
awful. Some things in my life where it's just horrifying.
It was
bacon wins 100%. Oh, absolutely. Bacon is far more
the smell alone has given me PTSD. It was.
Who voted for
awful.
Katie Joy? Who voted for Katie Joy? One person voted for Katie Joy because I've had a guess. 8 votes, 12%. So one person.
Come on. Dan just came in. Who's Katie Joy? Exactly. Yeah, and with that,
let's go, people. Who's Katie Joy?
We're gonna be going. So I'm gonna fuck off now. So Steve, feel free to close the show.
Yeah, however wrap it up. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. Let's do some flat Earth stuff. I got some things working for the Non Sequitur show that I'll run by you later on. Probably tomorrow or something, because it's getting late for you.
All right,
sounds good.
With that, peace out, guys, and have a good night.
All right, guys, thanks for watching. Please leave a comment what you think if Katie Joy is screwed in the 7M lawsuit. I do read the comments, and I do pay attention when people send me stuff on this because, again, I am too lazy to go ever research any of this on my own. I'm going to be upfront with you. Don't take anything I say as far as the 7M lawsuit to be anything more than just my bare opinion, because I have no interest in Katie Joy whatsoever, other than I just want to see justice done. That's it. I would rather talk about bacon. I'd rather talk about philosophy. I'd rather talk about political issues, even more. So even then, I'm not even in politics that much. So leave me a comment. Give me your view if Katie Joy is screwed or not. All you have to do is short comment, say she's screwed, or she's not screwed, or whatever you want. But just leave me a comment, and I appreciate it. All right. So I think the consensus is she's screwed, but leave it on the video, Hank. Leave it on the video comment, and I will heart that I've read it, whether I agree with it or not. I will heart that I read it, and we'll see you guys later on. Good night, y'all. Peace.